G'day everybody, and welcome back to Botswana, Africa, and welcome back to our on-air bush flying experience. As you can see, we've got a bit of cargo on board. We've got a little bit of, we've got some passengers and stuff on board as well, which is pretty cool. And we've got a co-pilot today, which again is very, very cool as well. We are flying today from Zakanaksa Airport to Chiefs Island. It's a very, very short hop. I'm expecting runway 14 when we get to Chiefs Island, so that should be okay. Everything is loaded up. Everything is ready to go. We're carrying currently 1,161 pounds of weight. That's including fuel and passengers and cargo. So we should be right to go. Let's get this little beast set up here. I am messing around with new controllers and stuff like that, which is kind of making it a little bit difficult to get everything fired up. Beacon lights are on. Yes, they are. Beautiful. All right, let's just check our levers, make sure everything's okay there. That is okay. That is okay there. And fuel condition lever is good as well. Lovely. Flaps is okay. That is beautiful. Okay, flight controls are checked. Everything there is good. Firewall fuel off. There we go. Fuel on. That's all pretty good. And auxiliary fuel pump to on. Ignition to on, starter to on. We'll wait for 14% on the NG, which is right there.
Your flight will be monitored until you land and shut down the engines.
Bring the fuel condition lever forward. Let everything fire up and settle. And throw our navigation lights on as well. We will put our strobe lights on now so that we are ready to go. Outside air temperature is 18 degrees. I don't think we need any pitot at this point in time. Everything has started to settle itself down there. MP's going up. Okay, we're just going to trim for a nose down takeoff there. We're not going to do any rudder trim today. We're going to fly without any rudder trim. Fuel quantity is okay. MP is at 1200. We should be able to flick our generators on now. And there they go. Lovely, and everything should be okay. All right, let's bring the starter down to off. Let's bring the ignition to off and the auxiliary fuel pump to standby. Avionics bus on. We're going to pop number 3. There we go, perfect. All right, today we're going to be, we are at currently, we set our altimeter, we're sitting at 3,140. Altitude wise, we're going to bring the autopilot up to probably about 4,200. There's no point in us flying any higher than that. It is a very, very short hop across to where we're going. Let's throw in a direct while we are at it, and there we go, lovely. And we're going direct to FBNA, which is Chiefs Island. FBNA, lovely, and Chiefs Island Airport. Yes, that is correct. Let's enter that and activate that. Beautiful, that is set. GPS is okay there. For now, we are going to set our heading bug. As I said, I would expect that we will be landing at runway 14. So I am going to spin this around to 14, which I think means we're probably going to come past the resort itself. There's 139. That'll do. That's perfect. Okay, climbing out at let's see, two stages of flaps for takeoff. We'll climb out at 75 to 80 knots with 2 stages of flaps. Once we've got the positive, we will bring up our flaps and increase our climb speed to 101, although we should be at 1,000 feet by then anyway. Everything else is looking good. Don't need the PIDOT at this point in time. All right, lovely. Taxi lights are going on. Or not. Switch is not working. Okay, that's a little bit of a bum. Landing light switches don't work either, which again is also a bit of a bum. Need to sort that out at some point in time. I don't know what's going on there with my controller setup. Let's call traffic. Number 2, we will be taking off from runway 8 today. And let's announce our taxi.
Foxtrot Bravo Mike Foxtrot, traffic November 181 Whiskey Lima is taxiing to runway 8.
Okay, beautiful. Let's have a little bit of a check. Left and right, everything is okay there. I'm going to bring 2 stages of flaps down now, which we are at now. 20% for takeoff today. It's going to bring our prop up just a little bit. And the end of the runway is just up here, which is good. Fuel condition to high RPM, and our prop to high. Make sure that we are. There we go. Just getting used to my new controls, guys, so you'll have to bear with me. Okay, trim is okay. That's about right there, I think. This is our runway for takeoff right here. Just going to go out on the grass and do a little bit of a spin around, although this thing does turn on an absolute dime. It was an interesting flight coming into this airport. When I flew into this airport, I basically had to fly full instrument coming into this airport in the pitch black, which I wouldn't have done in normal life, but in the case of this, I actually did. All right, so we're going to take off. We're going to climb out at about 75 to 80 knots. For some reason our RPM is not being affected. It should be affected once we start powering up. There we go. That's it. That's a little bit better. Just had to double check that. So we'll take off, climb out at about 75 to 80 knots. We will do a climbing left turn to intercept our GPS track. We're just going to fly this little beast by hand. When we arrive at Chiefs Island, we're expecting 1-4. So we will prep. We are only, how far away? 28 nautical miles. It's not a very long flight. We'll get up to around about 4,200, and we'll trim the airport. We'll trim the aircraft to hopefully fly straight and level. Everything else is okay. Harness is locked. for 1,161 pounds. We are looking at a takeoff speed of around 52 knots for a rotate at 2200, which should be good. Engine torque at takeoff for 1,160 pounds. Probably looking about 13 to probably about 1,300, I think, 13 to 1,400, which should be okay. All right, lovely. Bring that throttle up. Everything is ready to go. Let's announce our departure to the west.
Foxtrot Bravo Mike Foxtrot traffic November 181 Whiskey Lima taking off runway 8 west departure.
Oh yep, she's a little bit temperamental on the old skids there. All right, off we go. Lovely. 43. We got 50. And let's bring this beast up. There we go, and we are up.
Airborne time logged.
It's got a little bit of rudder happening there. A little bit of trim. May have had a little bit of nose down trim, a little bit of nose down trim there that shouldn't have been there. Probably a little bit too much, perhaps. Okay, we're at 84 knots. That's a relatively decent climb. Keep our eye on that climb speed. Should be okay to bring one stage of flaps up. We'll trim for that. We're at 3,600 feet. Final stage of flaps. And we will continue to, we'll start our left turn. Continue to do a climb, and we should be about right on our altitude about here, so I'm pretty happy with that. Let's just bring our nose down a little bit. Make sure that we don't lose any altitude on our turn. Just keeping a little bit of back pressure there, and continuing to trim. She does like to fly nose down, in the sense of you need quite a bit of nose down trim, so okay, that's about right on the trim. Everything's looking really good. We're turning onto our track, so we should be okay there. Let's just trim down a little bit more. There's the runway that we've just taken off on. And now we need to trim right down. About 2,000 on the RPM. So I'm going to bring our RPM down and trim for that. Trim is being very, very temperamental today. A little bit higher than what I wanted to be, but everything was just happening so quickly. I'll bring the throttle down a little bit. Aircraft trim in Microsoft Flight Simulator is quite difficult sometimes. There we go. Lovely. Alright, I might sync our heading bug anyway. I might throw our autopilot on, and we'll maintain this altitude. And we'll bring our heading around to align ourselves with our track. Alright, so we're sitting on 1,300 on the torque. We've got 2,000 on the RPM. I could bring that down just a touch. Everything's alright there. We're going to leave all of the lights on. Everything else looks like it's going alright. Our trim is actually relatively good at this point in time, which is really good. We are 24 nautical miles out. I am at the stage, excuse me guys, I am at the stage at the moment of the flu that I've got a really coughy throat and a really blocked up nose and head, so I apologise if I cough and splutter a little bit. It's not because I'm rude, it's just purely disease. Alright, let's tune to centre.
Gaborone Center, November 181 Whiskey Lima, is type 6 miles west of Foxtrot Bravo Mike Foxtrot, 4,700 feet. Request flight following. November 181 Whiskey Lima, Gaborone Center. Squawk 7346.
Okay, our co-pilot today should handle that. No, she's not going to handle it. Looks like we're going to have to handle it. I'm still having 7346 code. 7346. And
Please acknowledge.
there we go. That should be acknowledged now.
1 Whiskey Lima radar contact 8 miles south of Foxtrot Bravo Mike India, 4,700 feet. Altimeter 30.18. Roger, 1 Whiskey Lima.
There we go. Okay, beautiful. Everything is okay. We're 19.4 nautical miles out, so we're not very far out at all. What I am going to do is I am going to reduce our altitude. I'm going to bring our vertical speed in, and I'm going to bring that vertical speed down just to 200. We're going to fly down to 4,200 on our way into the airport. We'll do a flyover. We'll make sure that there's no nasty surprises waiting for us on the runway when we get there. Now, Hoki, my wife, she actually very exciting news. She bought me a honeycomb yoke and honeycomb throttle quadrant for my as an early birthday present, which is absolutely awesome. And I set that up last night before stream. Unfortunately, I'm still sort of fiddling with it. I've got it set up really well for a single prop aircraft. For the Kodiak, the turboprop Kodiak, I'm still messing with settings and stuff to try and get everything right. For some reason, my lighting switches, most of those won't work, so I'm having trouble with those. And other little bits and pieces, so you might have seen some of that stuff. You might have seen some of those issues that I've been having, which is, it's sort of teething issues. What are we? 18 degrees out there. Oh, I really needed to set this on to auto. I think we're going to go 23 degrees. Keep the passengers happy. Everything's looking good there. 1,260 on the torque. The NG's sitting at 9. We could fly a lot faster than this, but it's such a short trip that I thought we might just conserve some fuel. It's looking nice out there. We'll have to keep our eye out for the. For the resort on our way down to land on 1-4. Should be good, yeah. So I feel very privileged that Hoki has done this for me. It's amazing. I was using my X52 for my flying and stuff, which is good in itself. It's good in itself having the X52. But having the yoke set up again like I did previously makes a huge difference. It's just fantastic. It's also fantastic having the throttle, the quadrant and stuff, and all of my autopilot settings on there. My flaps, my gear settings, like my gear levers and all that type of stuff. It's absolutely brilliant. So, as I said, very lucky that she has been kind enough to purchase that for me. for my birthday and give it to me as an early birthday present as well. We are looking for Chiefs Island Airport. We're going to land at runway 13. Does show as runway 14.
Foxtrot Bravo Charlie Oscar traffic November 181 Whiskey Lima 10 miles south, 4,200 feet, inbound to land runway 13.
There we go, lovely. It does yeah. Okay. It's saying runway 13 for landing, but the airport itself actually has runway 1432, so I think the sim's out a little bit on that. It says we're going to land at runway 13, but the runway is actually 14 at Chiefs Island. So there you go. I hope you guys are liking the whole idea and concept of flying, doing some bush flying in Africa. I've done some good flights. I've been doing them on stream, which has been really awesome. Still learning to fly this Kodiak. Still learning to fly it. Not, you know, I'm getting the takeoff down pat. I'm getting the cruise, the autopilot, all of my settings, the startup and everything down pat now. Still struggling on the landing. I'm still struggling on the landing, surprisingly enough. But it's actually a really good aircraft to fly. In my NeoFly series, I am flying the let's bring that down to heading and bring our heading bug around. On the NeoFly, in my NeoFly series, I'm flying my Piper Warrior 3, Piper Arrow 3, sorry, which I'm absolutely loving. So that's good, and I've just relocated to Friday Harbour on that as well. So just going to bring the throttle down now. I'm going to start prepping for landing. I'm going to bring the torque all the way forward. I'm going to bring the RPM down. Sorry, the torque down. I'm bringing the RPM all the way forward. Just going to autopilot this for a little bit. Our airport is just there. That's where we are going to be landing. We're going to be coming in from there, and the resort, sorry about that, and the resort is over there, sitting over in amongst, nestled amongst all of that. Alright, we can bring one stage of flaps down now. Landing today is going to be a 60 knot landing with full flaps. We're at one stage of flaps at this point in time. Our approach speed is going to be 70 to 75, and we want to bring it down to about that 60 on touchdown, which should be good. Interestingly enough, coming in and landing on runway 14 here is going to put us basically landing over the top of any aircraft that might be parked at the north or south parking. That should be pretty cool. There's the resort over there. Look at that. Lovely. Alright, we are sitting at 94. I'm going to bring in another stage of flaps now. I'm going to bring the aircraft around. For a base, and I'm just using the aircraft to fly. I'm just using the autopilot to fly us in at the moment until my speed and everything stabilizes. Let's confirm we've got 20%. There's the resort there. Beautiful.
090 at 11 knots.
And we will bring our aircraft around.
Stall.
Just a little bit of power there, Not keeping my eye on what's going on. There we go. That's the problem. That's the problem with the Kodiak. If you're not careful, you can quite easily stall it. Okay, autopilot is off and confirmed. There's our runway. The aircraft was trying to trim itself up a little bit too much, and this is where I have problems. Okay, let's bring the throttle back. Gonna have to bleed our speed. We'll just get ourselves. We're confirmed at full flaps. Bring the speed down. We're coming in a little bit too fast. You got to be really careful with the Kodiak when you're landing it.
500.
For some reason, I just start panicking when I'm landing this beast. Come on, trim the nose up, trim the nose up. There we go. Let's bleed some of that speed. 70 knots, 73 knots. Going to bring in a little bit of, just a little bit of power and use a little bit of power to control my altitude. Everything's looking good. 66 knots. Let's just bring a little bit more power in. Okay, lovely. Lovely. That's everything's looking good there. 64 knots. Our landing speed is 60 knots. That's a little bit more power. Just a little bit more power. Get ourselves in. Line ourselves up with the runway. Bring our power down. And
Landing time logged.
in we go. Feather the prop down. There we go, lovely. Yeah, not too bad, not too bad. Had that little thing where I'm too busy looking at scenery rather than concentrating on what I'm doing, and I get myself a little bit too slow. So which is basically what happened there, but that's okay. We sorted it out. We sorted it out quick enough. Okay, I'm going to bring the mixture down to low idle for the taxi in. Not sure. I don't think we touched down too hard there. Don't think we touched down too hard. But welcome back to Chiefs Island. We are back home. I might be able to go in and get a good change of clothes and stuff today. Now that we're back at Chiefs Island. Very interesting. All I need to do now is I just need to sort out those those landing and taxi lights. So which are turning out to be a little bit funky with this new setup. So I'll sort that out and stuff. Yeah, and as you can see, I'm the first to admit that I do struggle to land this aircraft. I do struggle with my speeds. I struggle with everything being sort of just aligning everything. So, but that's okay because I will get there. I will get there. The more I fly, the more practice I have. Bring him in there. There we go. Lovely. It should be okay. It seems that he wants us to come in a little bit further. Dude, you must be getting a bit breezy out there. A little bit breezy. Let's bring the park brake on, and we'll cut our mixture there.
Engine off time logged.
There we go.
The
Lovely.
flight is finished. It has been monitored by OnAir.
Excellent. Job's finished. Beautiful, beautiful. And we should have a couple of jobs possibly waiting for us here as well for the fly out as well. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you enjoyed that. Don't worry about that little beeping thing and the aircraft yelling out stall, stall. It was just it was a thing. It was a glitch. It was a glitch in the co-pilot's judgment. All right, prop is down. Let's bring our strobes off. Let's bring our nav off, and our beacon can go off now as well. We can bring our alternator switches off. Our auxiliary bus and our avionics bus, and bring our master battery off as well. And that is it. Let's shut the fuel off there. Unlock the harnesses. Beautiful, and that is good. All right, let's jump into the back of the aircraft and get all this open and get everybody ready for boarding or deboarding, and get all the cargo and stuff ready to go as well. Might be able to squeeze out there in between that, and I can't. All right, well that means I'm going to have to go. Back up here. All right, perfect. Squeeze back in that seat there. Beautiful. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this. It's I'm loving the Kodiak. I'm struggling with the landing. As I said, I'm going to get better. I'm definitely going to get better. What I need to do is just find some time to sit down and do, just a pile of circuits and see how we go. All right, let's click OK there. Beautiful. And we'll collect our money for that and stuff. What have we got? Have we got pending? Have we got some pending jobs? We do have pending jobs. We have a triple cargo run, which is probably part of what we're going to do maybe in the next episode or maybe on the next stream when I stream it. But there you go, guys. Thanks for watching. I will see you all next time. Bye.